right now, there's actually four very active brands in our portfolio, which would again be Canvas Freaks, Animify Me, PokeBet Shop, Driver Dynasty. Those four combined are doing 8 figures in e-commerce revenue. I think this year our goal at least is to top like 7.5 million in fulfillment manufacturing revenue. We have something incredible here. There's no middleman. We get so much additional, ability to spend on advertising and to acquire new customers that, others aren't able to do. So we always continue to build new brands. Like even in the last few years, we've built multiple brands.
So when it comes to manufacturing, what are some things that you learned about it, and do you still do manufacturing, right? You still do.
We do. Manufacturing is a big part of our business. For context on our size, we have a 35,000 square foot facility in Orlando.
Wow.
And we are pushing out at peak close to like 1,500 canvas prints a day. And so we have a lot of clients, a lot of like very popular clients that people would know online, that do fulfillment with us. We even work directly with print-on-demand suppliers like Gelato, if you know them, along with a few others. Like we're trying to build relationships with Printful, Printify, and so like that's kind of what we do.
Smart.
But going back to manufacturing, man, I mean it's hard, dude. Like it is one of the hardest undertakings that we've ever done, and I would never recommend someone to get into it. Right. But because we did it by accident, it worked out well for us. I mean, It's something that it's incredible and we'd never let it go, man. Some of the most difficult aspects of it are obviously employee management. At peak, we have over 100 people in our warehouse, right? November, December. Scaling that up over a short period of time, training those people, man, and making sure that they're not making mistakes, which would result with, very unsatisfied customers. And then scaling that back down during the slow season. I mean, those are some of the hardest things to do with manufacturing, man.
I could see that. I mean, that I still am shocked that you manufacture yourself. Like I actually didn't know that exactly.
Yeah.
I thought this was all just like a normal e-com store. You got your suppliers, like you're the supplier. Like that's
pretty
insane
much
to me. But I think what's really cool about that is like you said, it's so hard, but that makes it a really good like moat, like no one's gonna compete with you basically on it because it's so difficult to do. So I mean, that's amazing. Now, are you also utilizing this now to start your own brands? I mean, that's kind of how it happened, right?
Right. And so that was kind of like the thought process, right? Like once we already started manufacturing, we pretty much realized a few years later that like, okay, we have something incredible here. There's no middleman. We get so much additional, like, ability to spend on advertising and to acquire new customers that, others aren't able to do. So we always continue to build new brands. Like even in the last few years, we've built multiple brands. And I mean, the thing with e-commerce, the reality is that, the majority of what you launch is going to fail. And we're okay with that. Like we're totally okay with that failure. And so we just continue to do so. So right now there's actually four very active brands in our portfolio, which would again be Canvas Freaks, Animify Me, PokeBet Shop, Driver Dynasty. Those four combined are doing 8 figures in e-commerce revenue.
Wow.
And then what the wholesale side, that's like its own thing. And we're, I think this year our goal at least is to top like 7.5 million in fulfillment manufacturing revenue. So we're kind of growing both side by side. The idea is that, for example, one of the products that we make are neon signs. And so everyone else that's sourcing neon signs is getting it from China. Of course, we're going to build a brand around that. And so we have. We launched Neon Vibes. It didn't work out, but then we dropped those products on Canvas Freaks and we scaled that up to, numerous orders a day. And it's been pretty awesome, man.
That's so smart. Like, it's just such a cool framework that I've never, like anybody that I've talked to so far, they don't operate like this. So it's really interesting to me. Now, when it comes to creating a product, let's say like the Pet Shop, how does that work? Like, was that like a custom thing that you had to do? Because that's not a canvas, right? Or
no, not. It's. I mean, we have a canvas, option on the site, but it's really a wallet-sized metal card. And so the whole idea is that you can carry it with you, look at your pet whenever, and it's obviously supposed to hit that nostalgia. So for us, we just had to kind of reverse engineer that process. We just looked at, okay, I don't know if you've seen it's like really popular for people to make like custom credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
We reverse engineered that process without like the magnet strip itself. All we needed was a flatbed printer. We needed we had two options. We could either source the cards from China in bulk, or we could get metal sheets here in the US and cut them with a router. So we've actually done both, but now we've just settled in sourcing those metal cards directly from China, and then we'll print them in-house. What's
Mm.
cool is we made like custom jigs that allow us to print 360 cards in 10 minutes. So when it's like peak time, man, like in Q4, and we're getting 800 orders a day for that brand, we're able to knock out all the orders within like 30 minutes. And then it's just about packaging and shipping them. So
Wow.
it's like, it's just cool, man. It's cool being able to do it in-house. You just save so much money, man.